This report is for 24 sixes and 42 sixes. It doesn't matter what we do until we accept ourselves. Once we accept ourselves, it doesn't matter what we do. So 6 is vision and acceptance. So 24 6 and 42 6 are very similar, with the 24 and the 42 just a change in position and influence. So 24 sixes and 42 sixes are: 6 is vision and acceptance, 4 is stability and process, 2 is cooperation and balance. So those who are 24-6 or 42-6 birth numbers are here to work through issues of perfectionism, process, and responsibility, taking life one step at a time, manifesting their vision in practical ways, and accepting the inherent perfection of their life. Since our life purpose doesn't come easy, 24 sixes and 42 sixes have a hard time accepting themselves, others, and the world as they are. Both 24 sixes and 42 sixes can get lost, worrying about petty details, things they said, things they should have said, or shouldn't have said or done. Regrets and guilt are a familiar part of their life until 24 sixes and 42 sixes expand their vision to the bigger picture, to the overriding perfection of life. With 4 issues combined with ideals of 6, 24 sixes and 42 sixes have difficulty with patience. They see their own and everyone else's potential and push to reach the summit, but they would rather make the journey in one leap than follow the step-by-step process they're here to master. Both 24 sixes and 42 sixes tend to idealize people they've just met, or new opportunities, jobs, and places. Then they feel disappointed because nothing and no one ever quite met their expectations. Most 24 sixes and 42 sixes tend to set themselves up and then let themselves down. They tend to balance their native idealism and vision with a strong dose of realization and come to appreciate the imperfections we all came here to work through. Starting out as idealists, 24 sixes and 42 sixes set themselves up for disappointment as they search for the perfect job, the perfect relationship, or the perfect life. Whatever they're doing or whoever they're with, they have a sneaking suspicion that there may be something or someone better. Despite this, 24 sixes or 42 sixes are not necessarily fickle, or for the most part, their high standards and self-image help ensure high codes of behavior. If they do slip, the regrets and guilt they suffer are usually worse than any punishment. Even when doing very good work, they have a little voice inside that says it could be better. They try too hard, they feel too responsible, and are generally hard on themselves. When they criticize other people, they are likely to judge themselves for judging others. With a combination of 2 and 4 energies, 24 sixes and 42 sixes bring powerful support and service energies in play. They have the internal strength to bring at least some of their vision into reality as they find the limits of their responsibility, master cooperation, and work toward their goals in small, persistent steps. With a sense of responsibility that goes with 2, the easy sociability of 4, and the high ideals of 6. 24 sixes and 42 sixes push themselves very hard in their impatience to reach their goals. They have a vision of everyone's highest potential, including their own, without always appreciating others or themselves right now doing their best. Because 2 and 4 energies have more similarities than any 2 other digits, sharing tendencies towards overanalysis, codependency, a sense of over-responsibility for the lives and feelings of others, strength and stubbornness. The 24 sixes and the 42 sixes life path are nearly identical, except for a slightly different emphasis based on the reversed order of the first 2 digits, the 2 and 4. While 24 sixes experience issues with family, 4 somewhat more acutely than 42 sixes. 42 sixes have a stronger tendency toward over-cooperation. 2, sometimes turning to under-cooperation, resistance, and withdrawal. But both 24 sixes and 42 sixes experience both kinds of issues, and they share the same tendencies to push themselves into others, measuring everyone against their high standards. But 24 sixes and 42 sixes, unless they are in a very negative state, are pleasant people to be around, with the support and service energy of 2 and the easy sociability of 4. They treat other people like family due to the interaction of high standards, 6 wanting to do right and be good, and the tendency of both 2s and 4s to do what they think they should do rather than what they really feel. Both 24 sixes and 42 sixes tend to be masters of self-deception and denial. They deny their own feelings, they'll deny their situations, and sometimes stubbornly hold to their course, even if their ship is sinking. Therefore, both benefit from the law of flexibility, which teaches them to flow with what happens in life. Those working 24 sixes or 42 sixes are generally very outgoing, bright, strong, and vital. They try hard to please others and do the right thing. So they need to stay vigilant of those who may attempt to manipulate them through guilt. They need to do the right thing for themselves, to contact their own authentic values and needs. Since 24 sixes and 42 sixes appreciate their own and others' potential, they tend to push themselves and others to fulfill their expectations. These individuals tend toward chronic self-improvement programs and they finally come to accept themselves and others as they are right now and appreciate that while they aren't perfect, facets of them are very good. Both 24 sixes and 42 sixes need to appreciate the difference between true or ultimate perfection and perfectionism, unrealistically high standards that can never be fulfilled and that lead to frustration. As 24 sixes and 42 sixes mature, they come to appreciate the inherent or transcendental perfection of everything and everyone, while realizing that in this excellence, this conditional realm, no person, product, or performance is perfect. Excellence, not perfection, is the best we can achieve. Both 24 sixes and 42 sixes need to underestimate that excellence comes through following a careful, patient, thorough, step-by-step process. A skipped step can mean failure and having to start over. Since they compare themselves to their ideals or with the best people around, 24 sixes and 42 sixes often feel like failures, even when they're thinking their cake is complete when it's still only half baked. With their strong 4 energy, 24 sixes and 42 sixes tend toward over-analysis, which changes to disorientation as their mind whirls, weighing all the variables. This confusion can result in impulsive or compulsive decisions and corresponding regrets. Since they are here to ground their energy, they also have challenges in this area. If they resist the process, they sometimes encounter difficulties translating their high visions and hopes into practical forms of occupations and service. Once 24 sixes and 42 sixes relax into life and into their body, accept and appreciate their own and others' imperfections, and learn to trust that their life reflects, in some sense, a perfect process of learning, growth, and evolution, they finally feel as if they've come home. The process to realizing this perfection takes time and happens in small increments. It cannot be rushed, as much as they'd like to get it all done right now. For 24 sixes or 42 sixes working in the positive, bright, productive, and supportive, these individuals have a good relationship with friends and associates. Their practical, analytical ability lends common sense with high vision. They act with strong conscience and want to learn from their mistakes and continue to improve themselves and their world. Strong, healthy, and energy-packed, these individuals can be counted upon to get any job done, as they're always pushing towards perfection. But they accept the step-by-step process from where they are to where they want to be. They have a good sense of balance. They know how to give and how to receive. Practical idealists. They appreciate themselves and others and find joy in the world. When 24 sixes or 42 sixes are working in the negative, these individuals feel frustrated and impatient with their life because nothing meets their high standards or happens as quickly as they would like. Impractical, impatient dreamers. They start out with a burst of enthusiasm and effort, but if they don't succeed quickly, they soon abandon ideas and plans without really giving them a chance to develop. What's the use? They idealize people they meet and find disappointment to learn that those people have their own issues to work through. Hypersensitive to criticism because they're so critical of themselves. They don't listen well to others' feedback or advice, and they make the same mistakes over and over again. Most 24 sixes and 42 sixes have a strong constitution, resistance to illness. If they do become ill, they usually heal quickly. If they experience a chronic condition, they usually find they brought it on themselves through long-term resistance to change and associated tension. Accidents, especially to lower extremities, may be more likely if they act impulsively, get distracted, or overreach themselves. Their adult life may entail a process of healing and rejuvenation, or a process of degeneration based on their health habits. Depending upon their stress level, degree of worrying, or the pressures of perfectionism, They may develop allergies or use tobacco or alcohol to relieve frustration due to their balance of high standards and impulsiveness. 24 sixes and 42 sixes tend to strive for ideal dietary or exercise habits for periods of time, followed by vacations or binges. They may alternate between Puritan, feeling as if they've blown it, then making new resolutions. Rather than looking for the perfect diet or the perfect exercise system, 24 sixes and 42 sixes do best when they are gradually refined habits of moderation that reflects the step-by-step process toward excellence they're here to learn. If, for example, they decide to lose weight, the success of going through a patent process is far more significant in terms of their life path than quickly succeeding with their weight loss program. Their already strong body finds balance in activities that combine mental focus, emotional calm, and relaxation with physical subtleness. They can tolerate and thrive on strong, regular workouts rather than just taking up a routine fitness practice such as running or swimming. Both 24 sixes and 42 sixes gain even more benefits when they include a martial art, a yoga, a dance form, or any other activity that requires a process of improvement over time. In relationships, overall, 42 sixes and especially 24 sixes can become frantic, trying to find the perfect job or relationship. Because of this, they can sometimes encounter difficulty feeling stable or committed to a person or job. Commitment can frighten them because for them, commitment means forever, but they are never sure they found the perfect one. They say, I love you, but inside, they don't know if they really are telling the truth because they aren't sure if they love enough. They aren't sure how they feel because they've only learned what they are supposed to feel. And it takes time for them to contact and accept their genuine feelings, both good and bad. When working in the positive, 24 sixes and 42 sixes make enjoyable company. Concerned and conscientious, they give that extra effort. Their high standards render them the enthusiastic, skillful lovers who generally give more than they take. So they need to learn to find balance of giving and receiving and put more emphasis on vocabulary rather than on performance. Strength and precision make bodywork, architecture, or service-oriented professions enjoyable. These kinds of work for 24 sixes and 42 sixes also make excellent advisors in business due to their analytical abilities and the support energy of twos. Some 24 sixes and 42 sixes even end up in some form of planning or politics to help improve the world. They also make natural athletes, divers, tennis players, or skaters. Their strength and form are essential. 24 sixes and 42 sixes can make some of the best athletes anywhere, whatever the support. They aren't limited to such areas, however, and fit into nearly any occupation that suits their values and sense of meaning. The key for them is to cut through the shoulds and ideals and recover what they really feel and enjoy. The finances of 24 sixes and 42 sixes depends on how practical rather than idealistic they are, and whether they're willing to go through the step-by-step process and preparation necessary to reach their goals. Whether they're willing to pay their dues, While they search for the most ideal work for them, they shouldn't give up on their day job, which provides the foundation and security that can enable them to move on to do something that suits them better. By focusing your attention on core issues and generating specific actions to transform key areas of your life, consider these recommendations. Accept yourself as you are, not as you should be. Enjoy the process, not just the product. Appreciate this reality. No perfect job or person exists. Relax and breathe easy. You are not responsible for others. Stay open to feedback. Listen to it and accept it graciously. Reflect on these following questions. Do you fully realize your present value?